I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. Not my light yelling at me. Hello, my shutty baes. Hello, my besties. Welcome to the end of the year tag. Get it? It was supposed to be like an echo effect. Did you gather that? I'm sure you did. Okay, so I have a bunch of books lying in front of me, several books all over the floor. I did not organize a single one, so this is about to be very chaotic, but we're used to that. Don't say I didn't warn you. Bestie Destiny, oh my God, that rhymes. Bestie Destiny. Bestie Destiny came up with this beautiful tag where you answer questions based on the books you read for 2023. And she put some questions and I'm going to partake. I'm gonna link her video down below. Obviously, I also have to do this because I am nothing but a follower. Oh my God. Not me dying before I got to do the tag. Okay, here we go. I did come up with some rules for myself with this tag, okay? Rule number one, I am not allowed to repeat books. So if I use a book for one question, I'm not gonna put it for the other one, okay? Because or else I would probably put the same book for everything, and what's the fun in that? Rule number two, I can use several books for one question because I'm just a girl. You can't expect me to choose that much, okay? I already narrowed down a lot for this video, so come on now. Give me some leeway. And then rule number three, I'm not including I'm not including any rereads because I reread a lot this year. I only want to include the books I read for the first time this year. Okay, hold on, let me find the questions. I screenshot the questions. Where are you? Here it is. Okay, question number one, most disappointing read of the year. Immediately we start with a bang because most disappointing read of the year, like, I'm scared. Okay, here we go. Okay, I have two for this one. Two very disappointing reads, if I do say so myself, and it's these two. Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score and Never by Jessa Hastings. Let me explain myself, okay? Never want to talk about this book ever again after this, but I expected so much from this book. I went into this thinking I was going to devour, I was going to love it, I was gonna eat it up. Like, I had such high expectations for this book because Magnolia Parks, we all know, it's one of my favorite series, so I thought I was gonna love it, right? Wrong, because I started it and I got, oh look, my bookmark is still even there. I'll tell you exactly where I got to this book. I got to page 130 and that is all I could do with this book, that I could not go on. That's how bad this book was. I didn't like what it was trying to do. Like, I didn't even understand it really. I didn't like the magical land. Like, I love Neverland, but for some reason I didn't like the Neverland here. I didn't like Peter. I didn't like Hook. I didn't like, her name's not even Wendy, it's Daphne, right? I didn't like Daphne. I didn't like anyone in this book. Nobody was likable. I'm so sorry. I really thought I was gonna love this and I really wanted to, but sometimes you don't get what you want. And that's me with this book. Goodbye. And then disappointment number two is Things We Hide from the Light. Now, I've talked about this series a lot. I love the Knock 'em Out series. I love book number one and I love book number three. I hate book number two. First of all, it's a cop romance, which already rubs me the wrong way. I don't love cop romances at all. The only cop thing that I love is The Rookie. That's quite literally the only thing. Like, when it's FBI, I feel like it's different, but cop romances, they don't vibe with me. So I already knew going into this that it probably wasn't gonna be my favorite, but I definitely thought I was gonna like it. However, the characters were so bland. They had no chemistry whatsoever. Like, I didn't feel it at all. They had no personality. I just hated everything about it. There's nothing redeeming about this book to me. So, Never and Things We Hide from the Light, you gained the award for most disappointing read. Most disappointing reads. That's what I get for being mean to the book. It yelled at me. Your covers are beautiful though. Look at the covers. Gorgeous. We love that for it, but it's like you really, I can't catch a break. Goodbye. Goodbye. You were bigger than the whole sky. What's the next question? Oh, underdog book of the year. Ooh, I love that. So a book that like surprised me, that is an underdog to me. Okay, hold on. I know exactly which ones I picked for this. So for this one, I've got the Sinners Anonymous series by Soames Sketcher. Okay, let me tell you, this is a mafia romance series, interconnected standalones. The first one's one couple and the next two is another one, and they're all brothers. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. I don't see enough people talking about this, which is why I feel like it's underdogs to me. I just randomly picked it up on Kindle and it blew me away. Is it like the best writing ever? No. Is it like, oh my God, astonishing, never been done before? No. But was it entertaining as hell? And did I have an amazing time? Abso-fucking-lutely. So definitely underdogs of the year. I would highly recommend. They're on Kindle Unlimited. So whenever you want a little like fun, dark, palate cleanser, mafia kind of vibe, these are the ones. Question number three, a book that was overhyped. Okay, listen, I don't love the word overhyped because I feel like when something is hyped up, it's just that a lot of people liked it. And if you didn't like it, that's okay. Your opinion is just different. So I don't love that word. However, if I had to pick one, if I had to, you know, twist my arm, if I must, it's gonna be this one that I'm gonna pull up right now, and I want you to be prepared. I know you're gonna be like, Larry, what the fuck? Unfollowed, hate you. I just cannot even believe. I'm so disappointed. But let me explain myself. Give me a chance. Just give me a chance, okay? Yeah, okay. Okay, listen, I love Emily Henry. I love Emily Henry so much. This did not feel like an Emily Henry book to me. I love beach read. I love book lovers. I love people we meet on vacation. I literally would die for Emily Henry. Okay, that's dramatic, but I probably would. I'd probably die for a lot of people though. Let's be honest. Like, as long as I'm dead, it's okay. I'm just kidding. My mom watching this like, girl, be fucking for real. Okay, I'm joking. What's the point of having depression if you can't make jokes about it, you know? Anyway. You know what's ironic about this? The fact that it's called Happy Place, and I'm just like making incredibly bad jokes. Okay, Happy Place. I love Emily Henry, okay? So I expected myself to just fall in love with this book. I went into it expecting a lot, and I feel like maybe that's why it let me down. I didn't hate it by any means. I rated it a 4-star, but for Emily Henry, for me, that's not a lot, because usually I would rate her books 5 stars. Like, I read Beach Read over 4 times now. Same with Book Lovers. That's how much I love them. So I just didn't feel the same energy with Happy Place. Like, I didn't care for the couple at all. I felt like the plot was kind of trying too hard to be fake dating for no reason at all. Like, if you're really close friends like that, why wouldn't you tell them in the first place? That was silly to me. The end, like, choice that the character made really angered me too. I don't want to talk about that because I don't want to spoil it, but it pissed me off. I don't know. Just, it didn't hit like I thought it would, which is why I say overhyped. But again, I don't love that word. If you love this book, that is so valid. I love that for you. I just did not, but I also didn't hate it. Happy Place, more like sad place. We're gonna move on because I can't have myself holding an Emily Henry book and talking about the fact that it's not as good as I thought it was gonna be, because I feel like you guys are gonna hate me. Now we've got fave book couples of the year. Okay, listen, this was so hard. I picked some, but just know that there are a lot more. But I picked some for the sake of the question. And just remember that it's because I can't repeat the same people for everything. So if you guys are looking at this list and you're like, Larry, oh my God, where's this couple? They'll probably be in another question. Okay, here we go. Okay, drum roll. Oh my God, I just broke my nail. I just broke my nail. Looks like I'm flipping you off, but I just broke my nail. It just came right off. Oh boy. I'm gonna glue it back later. Don't you worry. Let's just put her right there. Anyway, drum roll please. Here are the characters. Ta-da! Here are some of my favorite couples this year, okay? We've got Damon and Winter. They made it. I love them so much, probably more than I love myself. Unexpected. I definitely did not think I was gonna love them. However, they were so soft and amazing, and I loved the childhood friends to strangers, enemies to lovers. Oh my God. Like, every single thing about this couple, I fucking devoured. I'm sorry, argue with the wall. Then we've got The Emperor by Runix. Another couple that just tugged on all of my heartstrings. Amara and Dante, you will always be famous. I love you so much. Like, some of the quotes in this book, y'all, let me see if I can find a really good quote for you. Oh my God, here, look. He carried her out in the sun when it was out. He stayed in and watched movies with her when it wasn't. Oh my God, I love them. Mwah! Love them so much. They're part of the Darkverse series by Runix, but they were definitely my favorite couple in it. Also, kill switch. Do we remember that amazing quote? It's like a kill switch for your brain. This man literally shows her what colors feel like. I don't even want to talk about it. How could they not be in this list? Anyway, then we've got Twisted Emotions by Cora Riley. Part of the Cora Riley universe, but definitely my favorite couple of all time, Kiera and Nino. He kills for her immediately, as soon as they meet. Oh, we love that. We love violence. And then lastly, we've got something that you guys are gonna be like, yeah, that makes sense. I love them. It's so funny because you would not expect that I love them, but I really fucking do. Like, I didn't in the first one, definitely, but in the second one, they got me. They got me in a chokehold. Zayd Meadows, I fucking love you. He literally eats mint chocolate chip ice cream just because she loves it. He thinks it tastes like toothpaste, but he's like, I'm so obsessed with you that I must eat your favorite type of ice cream. Some would call that crazy. I would call it love. So those are the couples I chose for this. Don't worry, my other favorite couples are in other questions from this video, but remember, I can't repeat. So these are the ones I chose. You can't even see anything. Let's move on. Question number 3. Favorite main characters. Wait, I'm sorry. Is this question number 3? It's not even, is it? Oh my God, this is question number 5. let's forget I said that. Question number 5. Favorite main characters of the year. I picked one for this because I couldn't sit there and try to find several, because if I were to do that, I would probably find like 10 favorite ones. Are you ready for it? Okay, technically it's 2 because it's both of them from this book, but it's Joey and Aoife. They won me over. They really did. I could not love 2 characters more than I love them separately and together. I fell in love with them as people made of paper, but people nonetheless. And I fell in love with them as a couple, and I fell in love with their growth and everything they went through. Aoife, like the way she never gave up on Joey, I think is what really made her everything for me. And she was such a bad bitch. Like the things she would say, her comebacks, she had so much personality, and he went through so much, but he was always there for his family, and he was always there for her, and I just love them, okay? They were so tortured, and I lived for it. Aoife and Joey, definitely favorite characters of the year. Hands fucking down. It's because we don't have Gipsy and Claire yet. When we do, oh boy. And the reason why Johnny and Shannon are not included in this, y'all, it's because I read them last year. Before you yell at me. Don't worry, I love my babies forever. Same with Addicted Calloway, like I read it last year. I can't include it in this. Not even last year, I read it 2 years ago. I read it so long ago, that's so sad. Question number 6, book that surprised you. Ooh, I know exactly which one. A book that surprised me. Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I love Ali Hazelwood, I really do. However, I do think she's very repetitive in her writing. Like it all ended up being the same to me, like, you know, STEM women, which I love. I'm a woman in STEM, so I love that. But I just thought it was too much. All women in STEM falling in love with the guy, but like falling in love with the guy, but then they think the guy doesn't love them because it was like fake dating, and they think the guy hates them, but the guy didn't hate them all along. It's always that same kind of thing. So I was really bored. So I went into this book thinking, am I really gonna like it? And it's about chess. It's about chess. Like, what do I know about chess? Turns out a whole lot after this book. Ali Hazelwood, she check and mated me. This book was really good. This book was fluffy and sweet, but also it had deeper topics, which I enjoyed. I loved the guy and I loved her. I loved their chemistry. They had me smiling at chess. Literally, they would move a pawn and I would be kicking and screaming. I was watching YouTube videos about chess after I read this book. That's how you know. I probably shouldn't admit that, right? But we're best friends here. What I say to you stays between us, right? Anyway, like there was a scene that literally she goes, hi, and he goes, hi, 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 and I was swooning over hi. I say hi to everyone I see in the street, and I was swooning over that. Oh, amazing. Ali Hazelwood did the damn thing with this one. This is definitely my favorite book by her, which is so shocking. I've never been more surprised than by this book. Question number 7, new favorite author you discovered this year. Okay, this is my new favorite author of all time. I discovered her this year. I already knew about her, okay? But I had not read any of her books. It's Rena Kent. I love Rena Kent. She is everything to me, a goddess among humans, okay? I just love her so much. I love her books. I love her writing. I love her spice. I love her characters. There's nothing that I would complain about with this woman. I haven't read her entire backlist yet, but I'm going through it, and hopefully by the end of next year, I'll be done with her entire backlist, but I just love it. I love everything she writes. I discovered her this year, and I am forever thankful. Thank you, Rena Kent, for being born. I suppose we should thank your mother. Okay. Question number 8, happiest read of the year. Okay, I have several for this one, and happiest to me doesn't necessarily mean happy. Okay, like these books are not like, oh my God, the happiest books ever, but they made me feel happy, which is how I took this question. I have quite a lot for this one. I don't know why I put so many, but I just really wanted to include these books here. They felt wrong not talking about them. Here they are, these cute little fluffy ones. So we've got The Boyfriend Candidate by Ashley Winstead. This book was so cute, so fun. I had a lot of fun reading it. It's like a rom-com. So I feel like this is the most appropriate one for this question because it's a rom-com. Then we've got The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walter. This is so Taylor Swift coded. It was so fun. It felt like I was there in the summer. And I don't even think I read it in the summer. I think I may have read it in the fall. But it felt like I was at the beach, even though I wasn't. I was definitely at home. Then we have Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. This book was so cute, so cute. It had me questioning at some moments if I was gonna enjoy it, but overall, I had such a fun time with the couple, with this book, with the plot. It was a plot I haven't seen before, which is like exes having to work together in a wedding. Like he's the florist? He's the florist. And she's the wedding planner. So this one was really, really good. Then Done and Dusted, Lila Sage. This is a cowboy romance. And it's also Brother's Best Friend, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she's off limits. Yeah, Brother's Best Friend. Yeehaw! Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Butcher and Blackbird. This is a dark romance rom-com. Dark romance with romantic comedy. Put it together, and that's this book. It's two serial killers falling in love. Wow, I loved it. I was kicking and screaming the entire time. I felt like I was a serial killer. I'm not. FBI agent, I'm not. I was gonna say unless you haven't caught me yet, but I feel like that might be too far. Okay, Out on a Limb by Hannah Boden Young. This was so cozy. It feels like a warm hug, and I haven't had that much fun reading a book like this one in a long time. Like, I felt giddy the entire time. So that's why this one's here. All of these books felt like just fun, cute, fluffy, and although they do have some important topics in it, they were all overall just a really good time. I just felt happy reading them, which is how I took the questions. So if you want to have fun, there you go. Go have fun. Question number 9. Most frustrating book you read in 2023. I have 2 that immediately come to mind, and I will die on this hill, and that's these 2. Fake Empire by C.W. Farnsworth and Welcome to the Dark Side by Gianna Darling. Let me explain myself before you yell again, okay? Listen. Fake Empire. Everybody loves this book. Everybody loves this book. It's such a well-loved book. My best friend even annotated it for me. That's how much she loves it. And I didn't. I had so much fun with the annotations. However, the book, I think it's because it was trying to be Gossip Girl and I didn't like that. Like even the last names, like Waldorf is in this. And like, there's another last name that is just like Gossip Girl. There's like several, and it didn't hit the same for me. I also was really bored with the characters. I couldn't connect with Scarlett. I couldn't connect with Crew or their love or anything. Maybe it was the timing that I read this, because like I said, everyone loves this book. I am definitely in the minority here. So do with that information what you will. Maybe try it and see if it's for you. It probably will be. I just don't think I was in the mood for it. And maybe that's why I hated it so much. But definitely frustrating. Like their miscommunication just angered me throughout the entire book. The fact that like she was mean just for the sake of being mean. There was no reason behind it. The fact that it tried to be like Gossip Girl. Everything about it kind of deeply upset me. So definitely that one. And then Welcome to the Dark Side. Okay, I do like this series. I do. I like a lot of books in this series, but I don't like a lot of them too. And Welcome to the Dark Side is definitely number 1 on that list. I hated the age gap in this. I hated it. It was done so fucking weirdly. He meets her when she's 7. And he's like 21. Okay, I don't remember how old he is, but he's around his 20s and she's 7 when she meets him. And like he saves her from something and she just falls in love with him right away. Like she's just like writing to him when he's in prison and just like, ugh, the relationship is so icky. I swear, like, and there's those lines where he's like, I caress her young thighs. I'm in her childhood bedroom. Like what a wet dream. I love it when she sucks on those lollipops. Like it's so innocent and cute. I hate those lines. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. Not my light yelling at me. Oh my God, y'all. My light just turned off. It didn't like that I was talking shit about Welcome to the Dark Side. I'm sorry. Okay. Be right back. Oh, hey, fancy seeing you here. I'm not gonna lie to you, it has been quite some time. For you, no time has passed, but for me, it's been like an hour because I was waiting for the light to charge because it kept dying. It was so cute. I don't even really remember what question we were at. Oh no, can someone remind me? Where were we? Let me gather my bearings. What were we talking about? Oh no. Oh yeah, wait, oh, I do remember. We were finishing most frustrating read of the year and I was talking about Welcome to the Dark Side, right? And I was explaining why I didn't like it. Okay, the age gap made me uncomfortable. That's literally all I was trying to say. And I didn't really care for the story. I loved Lulu's story. I really liked seeing that. I even cried at the end, which is so funny because I don't like the book. Why am I crying? I'm just an emotional person. Okay, now we're on question number 10, best adaptation of the year. See, I feel like there are some good good options for this. My mind immediately goes Daisy Jones and the Six, or The Summer I Turned Pretty. However, The Summer I Turned Pretty came out last year, did it not? Let me just double check. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. See, 2022. So I feel like I can't include that because it didn't come out this year. Like the new season did, but originally it came out last year. So we're gonna do Daisy Jones and the Six because that one was fantastic. I would have no complaints. Like even the ending, they fucking devoured. The casting was incredible. The songs were amazing. Everything about Daisy Jones and the Six. If you haven't watched it, please do. If you haven't read the book, please do. Incredible. And you know what? I think my answer will also include Percy Jackson when that comes out, but it hasn't come out yet. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, just in case it disappoints us. Okay, then we've got longest book you read this year. I'm cheating a bit on this one because listen, I technically read this book last year, but not really because I started it last year. It came out at the end of last year. So I started it and then I finished it right at the beginning of this year. Like I finished it like January 1st, I finished. And I'm also pretty sure I actually like finished it at the end of last year, but then I read some parts again at the beginning of this year. I don't really know, but I'm counting it here because it is the longest book I've ever seen. It's, look at her. Look at her. Oh my goodness. Anastasia by Sophie Lark. This is a fantasy read, which is why it's so long. Oh my God. It's like 700 pages. And you know what? I read also Nightfall and Saving and Redeeming Six. So I've read some thick books this year, but because I didn't want to repeat the same answer, this one is definitely a biggie. Look at her. And she's floppy. She's fun and floppy. And look at the cover. Love. Anyway, definitely the longest book, but I did cheat a little bit because I sort of read that last year. But again, I have my reasons. Shortest book you read this year. Okay, I have an answer to this. Are you ready? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna find it. I included it on my reads because I had to. Okay, this book. I read this book this year. Can you see that? It says, it says How to Crochet. I read this book. It's a complete guide for absolute beginners. I read How to Crochet because I was in my crochet era. I was trying to crochet and I ended up crocheting absolutely nothing. I even FaceTimed my grandma and I was like, help, teach me how to crochet. And she tried her best. She really did. And I just failed. I failed completely. I crocheted for about a week, like maybe, and then I stopped. I'm a quitter to my core, but that is the shortest book I read. We're gonna count it. Next is favorite cover of the year. Okay, not to toot my own horn, but like there's so many beautiful covers this year, but we're gonna do the one I designed. We're gonna do Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. This is a special edition of Say You Swear that is going to be sold at Sweetgrass, the author event next year that I will be at. So if you wanna come say hello, I would love that. Anyway, it's gonna be sold there. I will put the link in the description so you guys can pre-order it if you're gonna be there. It is an event exclusive. I'm so sorry, but I promise that next year you may have some more special editions in your hands designed by me. I'll leave you with that. Anyway, this is definitely my favorite cover just because I worked on it for like almost a year and I'm just fucking obsessed with it. And I'm obsessed with the people I worked with, Eternal Embers. I love them. I love this book. So it has to be this. It has to be this. Yeah. I had to toot my own horn. I'm sorry. Like, you know what? Is it cocky or is it confident? If a guy does it, it's confident. If a girl does it, it's cocky. Think about that. If I was a man, then I'd be the man. Question 14, a book you haven't stopped thinking about. There are a lot. However, I'm going to go with Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue because this book has not left my brain since I read it. It just really captivated me. I don't know what it was about it. It was definitely like the writing was amazing. The romance was amazing, but also the plot was something I hadn't seen before, which I really enjoyed. Their love just really got me. Haven't stopped thinking about it. Lives in my mind rent free, baby. Harley LaRue. You need to start paying rent up here. You know, I should really stop with the bad jokes. It's like even more awkward for me to say them than it is for you to hear them because I'm just sitting here in an empty living room spewing out these terrible jokes. And then I have to sit in silence and realize what I said. So yeah, you think it's bad for you? Think about me. Cringiest book you read this year. Okay, I feel bad even saying these because I hate the word cringy because I used to be called cringy, but like, okay. And by used to, I mean, I get called cringy all the time. And it's valid, I'm not gonna lie. But The Playlist by Morgan Elizabeth and also Right Man, Right Time by Megan Quinn. Both of these, definitely. The Playlist because it definitely tried really, really hard to include every Taylor Swift reference possible and it made it way too difficult for me to enjoy the book. So that's where the cringe came from this one. But I didn't hate it, I just definitely didn't like it. And then Right Man, Right Time by Megan Quinn because I feel like the characters in this book were really cringe. Like the girl at one point, she says out loud to this man, she goes, I love sucking dick. Bitch, what? Who says that in a conversation? Like, what? Where are your manners? Where is your decorum? No. Yeah, definitely those two. Unpopular book you loved. I have two for this one. These are two books that I think need to be screamed about from the rooftops. And I don't know why you're not screaming about it. So get two, please. Both of these. I've talked about these enough, so I'm not gonna bore you with it. But The Tragedy of Felix and Jake and For the Fans, both of these are MM, and both of them are some of the most beautiful books I've ever read. The spice in this book is insane, but the plot is incredible. And same with this one. The plot is amazing. It had me giggling, but it also had me crying. I cried at both of these. So if you want a book that you're gonna cry but also laugh, For the Fans, The Tragedy of Felix and Jake, very underrated. Okay, this question, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea how to do it. It's what was the highest and lowest rated books you read this year on Goodreads? Do you agree? Cannot tell you because I don't know what they are, because I don't know how to find that out. So we're just gonna skip that. We're gonna pretend that I answered it. Oh, favorite quotes of the year. Okay, I have two. Okay, I have many, but two that come to mind immediately, and it's from these books. One is from God of Fury by Rena Kent, and the other one is from Losers. And the reason why immediately these two come to mind is because they are gonna be my tattoos. So that's how I know I love these quotes. So for God of Fury, I'll love you enough for the both of us. It's one of the best quotes ever written. Argue with a wall, Nikolai and Brandon. And then from the Losers duet, that is upside down. It's Keep Chasing the Next Sunrise. It's beautiful. It represents mental health, and it just really fucking gets me. Every time I think about Keep Chasing the Next Sunrise, I wanna just sob in a ball uncontrollably. So do with that information what you will. Both of those quotes, they lie here within my heart and soul. Book with the most unique concept. Ooh, I have the perfect ones for this. The Natural series by... Is Giant dying in that room? If you hear screaming, it's Giant watching the dolphins. What was I even gonna say? Oh, The Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I feel like whenever people think about this author, they think Inheritance Games. And although I do love the Inheritance Games, I'm not gonna lie, I think this series is better, and I think that you should read it. And the concept is amazing. It's literally about teenagers who are very gifted, and they get hired by the FBI to solve cold cases, and they go to live in this house together. Each character has such a unique personality, and you go and like solve cases with them, but there's also a big case throughout the entire series. Oh, so good. Book you read that you would reread. Okay, I have three for these. We have Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher, Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score, and The Right Move by Liz Tomford. I talk about these a lot, so let me not, but I would definitely reread every single one of these. Not because I don't remember what happened, because I definitely do. I remember what happened exactly in every single one, but I love them so much, and they make me feel so cozy and happy that I would not mind rereading, listening maybe, annotating the paperbacks, what have you. Maybe I'll do that next year. I'm kidding. My TBR is so long. So long. I should not be rereading anything. Reading goal reflection plus 2024 reading goal. Okay, so reading goal on Goodreads originally at the beginning of this year, I was like, I'm gonna read 300 books. Girl queen, what? And I lied, because halfway through the year, I was like, I'm not gonna make it. And at some points you need to realize when failure is gonna happen, and you need to take a step back and understand that it's okay. And I reduced it. I was like, no, let me take that out. And so I took out 300 and I said 200 instead. And that I made. I readjusted a bit, and after we readjusted, we succeeded. But failure is fun. Anyway, so definitely not 300. That's not gonna be my reading goal. So I think 200 is a good reading goal for 2024. That's probably what I'll set it to again. Maybe 250 if I'm feeling crazy, but definitely not 300. Watch me set it to 200 and then I make it to 300. Oh, I'd be so upset. And then what else do we have? Last question. After 2023 reading, what are you prioritizing in 2024 reading wise? Ooh, okay. I want to try new genres because I feel like I definitely stick to romance because it is my favorite. It's my comfort genre, but I do want to read more thrillers, and I really want to read more fantasy. I think that's my main goal. I want to read fantasy. I want to read ACOTAR, Throne of Glass. I want to read Divine Rivals. I just want to go all in on fantasy reads and have it be more of a balance between romance and fantasy for me, and then still have some like fiction in there, some thrillers. And also I want to have fun with reading. I don't want to feel so pressured to like read so much all the time. Like, yes, this is my job and I do want to, be reading, and I do take it seriously and I love it so fucking much, but I also want to enjoy the books I'm reading and take my time with them sometimes. Like, obviously if I'm filming a video and I got to get the book done, gotta get it done, and it's fine. But if I can like really just fully enjoy the book, that's what I want to do. I just want to have fun with it. Like God of Fury, I literally binged it in one night. Why? Because now I'm sad. So have fun with reading. Well, that was it. I love you guys so much. Answer some of the questions down below if you want. If you want to partake in this tag, I tag you. Isn't that what you're supposed to do with tags? You like tag everyone else? I tag you. Go ahead. Go ahead and answer all the questions. I can't wait to see your answers. I love you so, so much. Have such a good night, day, whenever you're watching this.